Prophet Muhammad's final message to humanity, the greatest speech in history. Imagine a vast desert under the blazing Arabian sun. More than 100,000 people gathered in silence. No microphones, no cameras, no social media. Yet the words spoken here would echo across centuries, shaping the lives of billions. This was not an ordinary speech. This was the final sermon of Prophet Muhammad a message not only for Muslims, but for all of humanity. Today, we explore why this speech is considered one of the greatest in human history, and why its message feels more relevant today than ever before. A historical moment. The year was 632 CE. The place was Mount Arafat, near Mecca. Prophet Muhammad knew that his mission was nearing its end. This was his last public address. He did not speak as a king. He did not speak as a conqueror. He spoke as a teacher, a reformer, and a guide. And his first words were a reminder that still shakes the heart. "O people, listen to me carefully, for I do not know whether I shall ever meet you again at this place after this year." Silence filled the valley. Everyone understood this message would be final. A message for all people. Notice something powerful here. He did not say, "O Muslims," he said, "O people." This sermon was universal. Color, race, nationality, wealth, none of it mattered. At a time when slavery, tribal hatred, and inequality ruled the world, he declared a principle that modern human rights organizations would repeat 1,300 years later. Equality of all human beings, said. All mankind is from Adam and Eve. An Arab has no superiority over a non-Arab, nor a non-Arab over an Arab. A white has no superiority over a black, nor a black over a white, except by piety and good action. Think about that. This was spoken centuries before civil rights movements, before constitutions, before international law. He destroyed racism with a single sentence, not with violence, not with force, but with truth. Ending tribal violence and bloodshed. In ancient Arabia, revenge killings were normal. One death could lead to generations of bloodshed. The Prophet ended it. He said, "All blood feuds of the days of ignorance are abolished. No more endless revenge. No more inherited hatred. Justice would replace chaos." This was not just spiritual guidance. This was social revolution. Economic justice and exploitation. Then came a topic that still shakes global systems today: economic oppression. He declared all forms of interest usury are abolished. Why? Because interest-based exploitation traps the poor, enriches the rich, and destroys balance in society. Sound familiar? Even modern economists admit how debt systems enslave nations. Yet this warning was given 1,400 years ago. Women's rights, a radical statement. At a time when women were treated as property, when daughters were buried alive, Prophet Muhammad stood before thousands and said, "O people, you have rights over your women, and your women have rights over you." He commanded men to treat women with kindness, protect their dignity, respect them as equals before God. This was revolutionary. Not a slogan, not a trend, but a divine command. Responsibility and moral accountability. The Prophet ﷺ reminded everyone, every trust must be returned to its rightful owner. No corruption, no cheating, no abuse of power. Whether you are rich or poor, leader or follower, you are accountable, not to people, but to God. A warning that still matters. Toward the end, his voice carried urgency. Beware of Satan for the safety of your religion. Not because Satan makes us weak, but because arrogance, hatred, and injustice begin inside the heart. The enemy is not always outside. Sometimes it is us. The most powerful question ever asked. Then Prophet Muhammad asked the crowd, "Have I conveyed the message?" Thousands replied, "Yes." He raised his finger to the sky and said, "O Allah, bear witness." That moment sealed history. Why this sermon predicts modern global crises, how its teachings apply to today's wars, racism, and moral collapse, and why many historians call this the blueprint for a just civilization. The greatest speech in history. A message that predicted the future. What makes the final sermon truly extraordinary is this. It speaks directly to the problems of the modern world. Racism, economic inequality, war, moral decay, broken families, abuse of power. All of these crises exist today, and all of them were addressed in one single speech more than 1,400 years ago. This was not coincidence, this was vision. Human rights before human rights. Long before the United Nations, before constitutions, before modern law. Prophet Muhammad Sallam laid down principles that define human dignity. He taught that life is sacred, property is sacred, honor is sacred. He said, your lives, your property, and your honor are sacred to you, like the sanctity of this day, in this month, in this city. This wasn't poetry, this was law. A moral contract binding all humanity. War, power, and moral limits. In a world driven by conquest, he placed limits on power. No killing of innocents, no injustice, even in victory, no abuse of the weak. Today, wars are justified by politics. Civilian lives become numbers. But this sermon reminds us, power without morality destroys civilizations. History proves it again and again. Unity over division. Prophet Muhammad Sallam understood something deeply. Divisions destroy societies from the inside. That is why he emphasized unity. He reminded people, do not return to ignorance. Do not harm one another. Do not divide after my death. He knew the greatest danger wasn't external enemies. It was internal division. Look around today. Religious hatred, political polarization, tribal mentality, just wearing modern clothes. The final sermon warned us about this centuries in advance. Family, the foundation of society. Another powerful message focused on family values. He spoke about marriage not as control, but as mutual responsibility. Men were told, women are a trust from God. Kindness is not optional. Respect is a duty. This was not about superiority, it was about balance. Strong families create strong societies. Broken families create chaos. Modern research confirms what this sermon already taught. Social justice and trust. He emphasized honesty in leadership and daily life. Every promise matters. Every trust matters. Every action matters. Whether you are a ruler or a laborer, integrity defines your worth. Corruption destroys nations silently. The final sermon exposed it at its roots. The responsibility to spread truth, one of the most powerful lines ever spoken. Let those who are present convey this message to those who are absent. This wasn't a request. It was a responsibility. A chain of truth that must never break. And here we are today, still sharing the same message, still carrying the same trust. Why historians respect this sermon? Even non-Muslim scholars acknowledge something remarkable. No leader in history delivered a farewell message so comprehensive, ethical, universal, timeless. It addressed personal morality, social justice, economic fairness, gender rights, racial equality, spiritual accountability, all in one speech. That is why many historians quietly admit this may be the most influential speech of a warning for modern society. The final sermon is not just inspirational, it is a warning. Ignore justice, societies collapse. Ignore morality, corruption spreads. Ignore equality, conflict erupts. The rise and fall of civilizations proves this again and again. The sermon wasn't meant for one generation. It was meant for all generations, including ours. The spiritual conclusion of the sermon, why this message still unites billions, and the powerful final reminder that ended this historic speech, the greatest speech in history, a message rooted in spirituality. After addressing justice, equality, rights, and responsibilities, Prophet Muhammad Sallam brought the attention back to the heart. Because laws alone do not change people. Character does. He reminded the people of their connection with God. That life is temporary, that wealth is temporary, that power is temporary, but accountability is eternal. The final sermon made one thing clear. Faith is not just prayer. It is behavior, it is honesty, it is compassion. He emphasized worship of one God, regular prayer, charity to the needy, fasting for self-discipline. These were not rituals without meaning. They were tools to purify the soul, a complete way of living. Islam was not presented as a culture, race, or region. It was presented as a complete way of life, a system where the strong protect the weak, the rich support the poor, leaders serve the people, justice stands above power. This balance is what made early Islamic civilization flourish. And when these principles were ignored, decline followed. A divine confirmation. At this moment, a powerful revelation was delivered. Today I have perfected for you your religion, completed my favor upon you, and have chosen for you Islam as your way of life. This verse confirmed something historic. The mission was complete. The message was delivered in full. A moment of realization. Many companions began to cry. They understood what this meant. Perfection of the message meant the departure of the messenger was near. This wasn't just the end of a sermon. It was the end of an era. Why this message still matters today? Because the world is still searching for justice without hypocrisy, equality without hatred, freedom without chaos, faith without extremism. The final sermon offers all of this, not through force, but through principle, not through domination, but through moral leadership. The final reminder. Before leaving the gathering, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ left humanity with one final instruction. I leave behind me two things. If you hold fast to them, you will never go astray. The Book of Allah and my Sunnah. A roadmap, a safeguard, a mercy. Why it is the greatest speech in history. Because it united humanity, ended injustice, elevated women, condemned racism, protected the weak, balanced faith and reason. No speech before it did this. No speech after it matched it. A message for you. This sermon is not just history. It is a mirror, a reminder of who we are meant to be and who we can still become. Thank you for watching this video. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more knowledgeable and inspiring content.